President Cyril Ramaphosa will appear before the Commission of Inquiry into State Capture in Johannesburg today and tomorrow in his capacity as the President and former Deputy President of South Africa. The Commission says the first part of his appearance will cover matters that were outstanding following his appearance on behalf of the ANC on the 28th and 29th of April. Thereafter, the Commission will proceed with matters relating to his positions in government. Proceedings are set to start at 9 o'clock this morning. For more on that story, we have got our SABC News political editor, Mbeje, who is broadcasting for us live from there. Mzwandile, a very good morning to you. Give us an update as to proceedings. I know they begin at 9 o'clock. Talk to us.
Thank you very much, Lee. And of course, we just spoke, you and I, a few minutes ago. And of course, we did say that one of the people we were going to speak to was John Steenhuisen, the leader of the Democratic Alliance, who will be watching proceedings here. And of course, even at the last appearance, he did come here. Of course, he expressed his views about what he felt or what he wanted to see happen. Of course, I'm not going to waste time now. Leanne, John is here. Mr. Steenhuisen is here with me. Mr. Steenhuisen, so you were here last time and you are here today. So what are you hoping the president of the country this time around will shed in terms of the light on what he knew?
Well, I think it's very important that he makes a full disclosure about what was discussed at Cabinet, what came out of the Cadre Deployment Committee, and which appointments then came to Cabinet. You know, there's been a lot of blame of Mr. Jacob Zuma as if he was the sole person who perpetrated state capture in South Africa. That wasn't the case. It was a vast network of individuals who were in their own rights doing wrong things to be able to enable state capture. It's unfathomable to think that a deputy president in both the ANC and the country did not know what was going on, particularly when he was in those cabinet meetings. So I hope that he's going to make a full disclosure about what was discussed at those cabinet meetings, but also if he put up any opposition to any of the more devastating appointments, the more devastating decisions that were made by the government at that time. He was part of those 9 wasted years, as he termed them, as the deputy president, and of both of the country and his party. And I think that he's got to make some disclosure about what he knew, when he knew it, and what he did about it.
So if perhaps he cites the fact that I think you are not allowed to disclose certain information that is being discussed in cabinet. So how will you react to that?
Well, I think that this is a commission of inquiry. If it's going to be successful and we want to root out state capture, it's got to be done root and branch. It's no use just pruning a few of the leaves on the outside. We've got to extract and pull out the roots of state capture. And the only way that can happen is if we have a full disclosure about how deep it went, how far it went, so that we can extract it from our society. But most importantly, make sure that we're able to put in place the safeguards to ensure that it never happens again in South Africa. So we can firewall our institutions to prevent that from taking place again.
So are you hopeful he'll do that?
I'm hopeful, but we'll see what happens today. I just certainly hope that the questions that we submitted to the Zondo Commission, that they get to some of them. I think that they need to pin the president down far more on specifics. I think there was a great ability of vagueness in the last one. I think the prosecutors gave him a bit of a softball the last time. I hope they're going to be able to pin him down this time on specific appointments. Dudu Myeni, Hlaudi Motsoeneng, Brian Molefe, Anuj Singh, all these people, were you around the table when they were discussed in the Cadre Deployment Committee, and were you around the table when they were discussed at Cabinet, and if so, did you express your concern? Did you raise flags about it, or did you just simply go along to get along?
Well, as you've expressed elsewhere that, actually not even elsewhere, here at the SABC, that if the opportunity arose, you'd be able to work with the president. Is still the sentiment?
Well, it's not. I make it very clear. I never said we'd join the cabinet. I said that, we've been on the record that South Africa is in a very deep place, a dark place. We've got 4 major crises that are hitting us at the same time. It needs the best of South Africans to come together. And we've said if the president brings a reform agenda that's going to create jobs, it's going to lift people out of poverty, we will be the best supporters of that, and I maintain that. We want to do what's right by South Africa. We believe South Africa can do a lot better than we're doing at the moment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Steenhuisen. That was John Steenhuisen, the leader of the Democratic Alliance. Of course, we don't have a lot of time, otherwise we would probe so many other issues as we head back to the studio.